Welcome back once again to another tutorial video, and this time we are looking at our week 6 work on English studies for basic free, and our topic is what? Relative clauses. So right now we're looking at our objectives, what we ought to know after this lesson. By the end of this lesson, you are expected to be able to define relative clause, use which correctly to introduce clauses, and use that correctly to introduce clauses. So now let's look at the meaning of clause and relative clause. What is a clause? To understand relative clause, we first need to know what a clause on its own means. A clause is simply a group of words that contains both a subject and a verb. Remember, a sentence is not complete until it has an action in it, and that action is the verb. So they're trying to tell us that a clause is not complete until it has a subject, that is something or someone you're talking about in your sentence, and what that thing or that someone did, the action related to that person in your sentence. Let's look at some examples to understand better. The boy stood here. The boy is our subject. Who are we talking about? The boy. So what did he do? He stood here. This is a typical example of a clause. I want some cereal. I want some cereal. So now who are we talking about right now? You. So what do? You want. You want. Want is an action. What you need. I want some cereal. Maria likes cats. The action here now is what? Likes. And who are we talking about? Maria. Remember, the subject in the sentence is that person or that thing we are talking about in that sentence. So now which takes us to relative clauses. Relative clauses are clauses or statements starting with the relative pronouns such as who, which, that, whose, and when. When we are making sentences using this relative pronoun, we are making relative clauses. Let's look at some examples. Do you know the girl who started in Basic 4? Maybe every student started from Basic 1 and read down, but there is this particular girl who started in Basic 4 that is in your class right now. Do you know the girl who started in Basic 4? So now this who you are using who to show the relationship between this girl you're talking about, your subject, and what? The class Basic 4. Did you see the prize that was won? Did you see the prize that was won? The prize could come as what? A gift, a parcel, a reward, an award for doing something good, doing something spectacular. So now that, you see how we use it in sentences. These are examples of relative clauses. So now let's look at our main topic. Using which and that correctly in sentences. The oranges which are on the tree are ripe. Maybe you jump into the group or you run into the house and shout, Mom, the oranges are ripe. Which oranges? The oranges which are on the tree are ripe. The sound which Joshua heard was an echo. I will buy the clothes which I will wear for the festival. This is us using which correctly in sentences. So now let's look at using that. Using that. Animals that eat flesh are carnivorous. The rat that ran inside has eaten our fish. The rat that ran inside has eaten our fish. The book that Bimbo bought has torn. Now these are good examples of us using which and that in what? Making correct sentence. So all you have to do is to play this video on and on and on till it sinks in deep. You understand better and answer the questions waiting for you in your class activity sessions.